You ever order some food that shit is like it's good, but it was so goddamn overpriced.
Yeah.
This shit was good. It was real good. But goddamn if it wasn't overpriced.
Got to pay for the extra, you know what I'm saying? For the 47th, you know what I'm saying, spice, you know what I'm saying? It was only 46 herbs and spices. It would only been like, you know what I'm saying, $33. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
As soon as they sprinkle that 47th on, they're like, God, this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Got him.
It's like frog now. You know what I'm saying? that's what the 47th spice is, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like Dodoberg eggs. You know what I'm saying? It sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Please observe the fresh, play it loud, 97, Steve Harvey, double breast, sling it southpaw, right hand, follow the left, top down the Yukon into the jet, airborne.
Hey, yo, baby. It's Thursday.
Right.
You ain't got no job.
Right.
You ain't got shit to do. Might as well listen to this motherfucking DCJ podcast.
Gotta do
where we bring you nothing but nonstop hits, laughs, and the top black focused discussions. And I am one of your hosts.
Shout to Parlay. We out here, baby.
Before I start, shouts out to Parlay liking the Instagram post that we're going to talk about a little bit later. We could definitely talk about that because did you see the description of their Instagram? It says legendary R&B group, son.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. That's why I put it. That was part of my argument. But I digress.
We're gonna get to that. But first, I'm one of your hosts, the Cannon, the Stunticon, the Dad Lib, because I beat your ass, the beat your ass conductor, AKA follow me, boom, follow me.
Okay.
AKA the Acura Archer, the Lexus Lyricist, the Cadillac Cannabis, the Mitsubishi Mangler,
I see it,
Dodge Diggler, the Nissan Know-It-All, the Honda Hustler, the Alfa Romeo Alluring Romeo, and the Rolls Royce Romantic. You know what that mean, boom?
What's that?
You know all that mean?
What's that?
I mean, I drive your girl wild. She all up in my grill. And if you got a problem with that, I'll beat the brakes off your ass. Bang.
Like that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Pull up to her bumper, baby.
Got you know what I'm saying? But it's your man, Boom Dynamite, back in the spot. You know what I'm saying? AKA Cerebral Knievel, CK1. You know what I'm saying? Back flipping all y'all niggas and still spelling godly fresh.
Ocean fresh.
You know what I'm saying? CKA Don Fondant, and because I'm smooth and the cake been covered. You know what I'm saying? Man,
it's like when you get the wax at the car wash.
Right.
Like the rain just rolls right off that joint.
It's the Rain-X. That's the fine.
Yeah, it's the Rain-X. Yeah.
You can't come off. It just stays right there.
Yup.
CK Versace Chachi, you know what I'm saying? You know it, you know what I'm saying? But fuck with me on this one, man. It's DK Cap post status, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what that means?
What's that?
It means your girl's jonesing for my Jimmy. You know what I mean?
Get a broad, get a bird, have her sent up.
Please. DKA cap and gown, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to let that joint sit square on the top of her head right before I dip low, ma. You know what I'm saying? You gotta dip low, ma. You know what I'm saying?
I see. I think I see where this is going.
You don't though. It's a skirt. You gotta keep, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that you keep your seatbelt on. This is a skirt.
Okay.
Where we at here? DKA cap pito punishment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
These niggas ain't even qualified to be on the firing squad. You know what I'm saying? That means you ain't a killer. You know what I'm saying? The real niggas carry chalk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's still learning how to walk. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, DK, Washington Capitals, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got a beam on my joint. That's that red line if I like your icing. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, what you know about the red line?
If I like your icings, you know what I'm saying? If your icings is blinging, I'm on the air.
Yeah, that's when you see it across the room. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's a hockey joke.
Yeah, please. You know what I'm saying? You might not get that. Only my man Subban gets that joint. You know what I'm saying? EKA Cap Pona Noriega. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what that means?
What's that?
If you disrespect my queen, it's gonna be a tragedy. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. Shout out Left Rack.
Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? FKA salary cap. You know what I'm saying?
What's that mean?
That means I busted for the ducats. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you niggas don't eat too much. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, there's a limit to this?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? You can't eat too much. You're eating too much right now. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna lower the cap. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I need a swig, dog. You got to keep it moving. GKA Capella. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Break down the sounds in there. What's that mean?
I had these niggas running like Wanye. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy. You know what I'm saying?
God damn, that's a 90s R&B joke.
You know what I'm saying? HKA Cappy from Mario's Odyssey. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay.
You know what that means? That means the clip holds shells like the run button. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
If you know how to hold the shells in the joint, you gotta, you know what I mean?
Wow.
That's a wash, man. That's a wash, man.
That means you got kids.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, if you play Mario, you can't, you know what I'm saying? How you hold the shells? The run button. You know what I mean? Say less. HKA Cap Padana, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, okay. What's that?
That's an extendo clip, you know what I'm saying? So not one man can run away trying to get away from it, you know what I'm saying? See me coming, you know what I'm saying?
And if you do, you get ran over by the Method Man Jeep.
That's right before that, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know if you caught that. But directly prior to the Method Man Jeep. But, yeah, all right. Where we at, man? IK, Cap, and Steve Rogers, you know what I'm saying?
All right, I was waiting for that one.
Know what that means?
What's that?
Even if I miss my man's still gonna buck. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
If I don't get you, my man's still gonna buck. You know what I'm saying? That's my right hand. I knew him from way back.
Oh,
that's
you know what I'm my right hand. Oh, come on.
I knew him from way back. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
You know he ain't get no right hand until he met the black folk.
Yeah, you got the soul fist after that. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I'm about to wrap this thing up, man.
All right.
LKA Cap Gun. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm official. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When I line you marks up, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Either you get on the ground with your set or you just take off running. You know what I mean? When I line you marks up. And lastly, MKA, you know what I'm saying? Madden 19 banned Cap, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But they still allowed to run and shoot offense, huh? You know what I mean?
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
This is America. You ban Cap. You ban Cap, you know what I'm saying?
That's a Remy John, man.
But the run and shoot still good.
That's a Remy John.
I told you it was a skirt, man. I told you you had to put the seatbelt on. Please don't take off the harness till after the ride is over. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay. Well then.
I probably die anonymous. I probably die with promises. I probably die walking back home from the candy house. I probably die because these colors are standing out. I probably die because I ain't know.
We might as well go ahead and just talk about that since you want to drop shit in like that. Pause.
You know what I'm saying?
It just happened. It's fresh in our minds. on Sunday, August the 26th, there was a shooting in Jacksonville, Florida, at a Madden tournament. 2 people killed, 11 people injured. The shooter, white dude from I believe it was North Carolina. No,
it's Baltimore.
Baltimore. White dude from Baltimore, young bull, killed the dude that he lost to, killed a few others, shot a few others, then killed himself at the end, like a coward, as they usually do. Boom Dynamite. What? I see a lot of people saying, like, you know, it's not even safe at a gaming tournament, you know, or you know, the fact that he had easy access to guns in Florida. I look at it as like, this is America, like you said. Like, I feel like for people to be shocked that you're not safe at a video game tournament, I look at it like, I'm black, baby. I'm not safe nowhere. So I guess for y'all to feel a little bit like that, it shakes you to your core. But I feel that every day. Like, I walk my dog in a majority white neighborhood. I could get the cops called on me for any reason at any time and end up dead. So to me, is nothing. But what was your reaction to this situation, to this news story, and do you think that it's going to change the conversation around guns and access to guns and yada yada yada?
No, because like I said, like it's a lot of stuff is being swept under the rug because, you know what I'm saying, like you said, it's a young white man
with mental health problems.
The 2 most heinous and egregious stories in the news right now: this Jacksonville shooting and the Pope knowing about, you know what I'm saying, the young men being sodomized and raped by Catholic priests. And no one has nothing to say about none of them. They're not condemning them. They're not saying they're monsters. They're not saying get these niggas out of here. It's just prayers and thoughts to the families.
You know what's wild about the Pope joint is that if you had, let's say tomorrow, one man from Yemen, one suicide bomber from Yemen blows himself up in the middle of, I don't know, Fort Lauderdale. Mm-hmm. You would have white folks yelling at the top of their lungs to ban all Muslims. Mm-hmm. But 600 Catholic priests or something like that?
The numbers are gaudy, and even when you try in like the mass shootings, like you look at the old bull that was in Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, they're just getting mowed down, and this is, you know what I mean, and this is white men, and it's just like.
But I meant more so like the priest of like, not like it actually in both ways, right? It's you have white men, particularly younger white men or older white men, mowing down hundreds of people, mm-hmm. and not one person says all white men are dangerous. And you also have hundreds of priests, you know, touching little boys. The PA, the story about in PA where the investigation found like hundreds of pedophile priests, and not one person says all Catholics are pedophiles. Like, it's just, I mean, for that, that's mostly white men, mostly white Catholic priests. 300 priests. I was looking for the story while I was talking. 300 priests implicated in sexual harassment and touching little boys. Not one person says all Catholics need to be banned. Why that distinction, Boom?
Because, I mean, like, history is, you know what I'm saying, like what I say, it's his story. Like, you know what I'm saying, they tell what they want to tell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you talked about before, like, how in Texas they were trying to rewrite the narrative of slavery and the slave trade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the slaves came over, you know what I'm saying, for sugar, and then we traded them for it. And it's like, no, hold on. No. hold up, baby. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, you know, there's that, and, you know what I mean, the media and the news forces, you know what I'm saying, are made up of these same contingencies. So it's like, why would we paint ourselves to look bad? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. I'm not trying to do that, bro. Like, but it's crazy that, like you said, the hypocrisy. Like, if this was anything else, like, you know what I mean?
Anything else, bro. Any other race, any other color of skin is completely different. And I saw a video that highlighted this very starkly. It was you heard about the dude in Colorado killed his wife and kids. They show him. They use his name. They show family pictures where it's all nice and shiny. You know, they talk about how the neighbors are shocked that he could actually do this. He seemed like a family man. He seemed loving, this and that. And then they showed another story that I actually didn't hear of. A black dude killed another dude for following his daughter into the bathroom and trying to get into the stall to touch her. And the black dude beat his ass so bad that the victim's brain swelled and he died. And now he's possibly facing second degree murder for protecting his daughter from, you know, what would have been some dude going to touch
Predator.
her. Yeah. So when they put up pictures of him, they use his mugshot. They don't use his name. They don't ask for quotes from his cousins, his mom, his dad. They don't ask for quotes from his coworkers. They don't say he was a family man. He was just protecting his daughter. It's just area man on trial for second degree murder from beating another man. And immediately you're like, oh, those blacks are beating people again.
And that's the subtlety of racism that, you know what I'm saying, has been so pervasive in society. Like, and I think that a lot of people, especially younger people, believe that we live in, like, you know what I'm saying, a post-racial society or post-racist society.
Right.
Because we had Barack Obama, because we have Maxine Waters, because we have, you know what I mean, these prominent blacks in our community. But it's like in 19, you know what I'm saying, goddamn 45 or 19, you know what I mean, 55, and they were just like, look, don't come over here. If you come over, you're going to die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You knew what it was, and you knew where the lines were. But in 1985 and 1995, and they were just like, nah, it's all good. But then you had, like you said, the sneak marketing. They had the, you know what I'm saying, subliminal, disproportionate number of stories showing about black people committing crime juxtaposed to white people. The framing, like you said, like, all that shit fucks with niggas' psyches. And it's just like, that's why people think that all black people are bad or all black people, you know what I mean, do things like this, because that's all they see.
And then it's wild because if they can't find anybody to say, I can't believe he did this, he's a family man, then it's like, you can write the story in your sleep, right? You know mental health is coming in here somewhere. And right on time, the shooter in Jacksonville, they pulled a story where he was in the hospital for mental health. And it was like, everybody saw that coming. I don't know the kid. I don't know his history. All I knew was yesterday when the news came out, it was a white dude who did the shooting, that mental health was going to come out. Knew it immediately. And on time it did.
But that's not even like a, you know what I'm saying, that's safety, because, and I think that's what's like fucking up the Republicans, is because they can't move on this issue. And this issue is a, you know what I'm saying, pandemic. Like, you know what I'm saying? This doesn't happen in other countries. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have more mass shootings, you know what I'm saying, per year than, you know what I'm saying, other countries have in like decades and shit.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because, like, the Republicans pandered to the crazies. And they pandered to the guns. So it's like the direct center of the goddamn Venn diagram. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Likes guns, sane. Likes guns, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy guns, no. Crazy guns, yes. And it's like that's their like that's their like darkest, most densest region. So it's like they can't go against that. So it's like when they come up, you know what I mean, these crazy motherfuckers get guns, and they can't say we want health checks or mental health checks for people that want guns, because that'll upset the crazy market. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, they're damned if we do, damned if we don't, and niggas keep dying.
But it'll also upset the gun manufacturers, because they don't have anybody to sell it to.
Right.
like, can you imagine if they said no guns for anybody who's been diagnosed with a mental health issue, like, you know, bipolar, depression, yada, 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 schizophrenia. And if they said, if you have been convicted of domestic violence, you cannot have a gun either. Bro, that's like 80% of your clientele.
I don't think it's even that serious. I mean, like, I don't think it has to be that. So, like, look. So, like, say, let's take it to something that's more, you know what I'm saying, general for more people. Let's say there was a ban on alcohol, right? And it was like, if you have more than 2 DUIs, you know what I'm saying, you cannot purchase liquor. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I think people would understand that. And they wouldn't be like, that's oppressive. You know what I'm saying? Because most people don't have 2 DUIs. Just like most people don't shoot up, you know what I'm saying, gatherings like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have the propensity to do something that irresponsible that many times, mental health issues, we should say you shouldn't be able to have a gun. Or give you like a super soaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, here you go, big daddy. Because you're clearly crazy. Like, here, take this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get this Nerf boy. You know what I mean?
Yo, I got these Halo guns, son. I got these Nerf Halo guns. Them shits is fun as hell, bro.
They are. Knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, actually, that's actually not a bad idea. It's like, if you really want to take out your anger on somebody, take this Nerf gun and shoot them with the Nerf gun as many times as you want.
Right. I mean, you probably gonna get your ass whooped. You know
yeah, exactly. Like, you're gonna get your ass whooped.
Like, you walk up to school, everybody's making fun of you because you look like a nerd, and it's like, yeah. And you just pull out the backpack, like, yeah, and then shoot like 15 niggas. Like, you're gonna get your ass whooped, like the whole football team.
But nobody died, though.
Even though you might.
I'm just saying, we gotta find something. And the reason I bring up domestic violence is because it seems that a good 60-70% of mass shootings, if you look in their history, they've committed some sort of domestic violence, whether it was against a parent or a girlfriend or a wife. Like, it seems that pattern follows that violence against somebody that close to you can extend out into you shooting up not just that person but other people. And so that's why I mentioned the domestic violence part, because it seems to be white men who beat their wives commit these mass killings, and we got to do something about that. First of all, protect the women, and then we got to do something about the guns too. So, man,
I'm just saying, like, I feel like you said, the majority of people that are gun owners don't feel as though, like, these mental health issues are oppressive, because most people that own guns are not crazies. You know what I'm saying? Like, my argument is that the slice of the Venn diagram that likes guns is bigger than the slice that likes guns and is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, the crazy motherfucker, the deep motherfucking purple, they probably buy like 4, 5, 7, 15 guns. You know what I'm saying?
That was exponential.
You know what I'm saying? The average, the light fuchsia probably has, like, you know what I'm saying? You might have 1 or 2. But that deep, you know what I'm saying? That, you know what I mean? Goddamn Rouge. You know what I'm saying? It's like, they got the whole arsenal, dog.
But those are also the ones that have like the semis, the ARs, the shotguns.
The big money guns. Like, not even like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the light pink niggas got like 22s, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got them joints that are like $175. The niggas that are in the deep purple, you know what I'm saying, got them $15,000 joints with the tripod, you know what I mean?
But, I mean, take somebody like me. I have a gun. Legally. I have my license to carry. I don't, because I would get killed, even though I have a license. But, like, my joint was $400, and that's it. That's all I got. I also don't have any mental health problems. I have no criminal history that they know of.
Right.
So I'm in that Venn diagram of gun owner, not crazy. Also, no problem with limitations. Absolutely none.
Exactly.
But like you said, that magenta
with the Bruce Willis Gatling gun, you know what I'm saying, hopping out the van, you know what I'm saying.
Is that magenta in that Venn diagram? That's the problem.
Exactly.
But they also vote reliably GOP though, right? So what can you really do?
It's a quandary, right? But you know what I'm saying? That's a real issue.
Yeah.
And know who else was a G at dealing with real issues? You know what I'm saying?
Who that?
The late Senator John McCain. You know what I'm saying?
The Maverick.
Passed away late. What was it? I
think it was
Saturday, Friday.
I think it was Friday.
After a long time battling cancer, you know what I mean?
Brain cancer.
Say what you want to say about politics, Republican or Democrat. Like, this was an actual, like, politician. This was a man that, you know what I mean, believed in what he believed, but literally would listen to your point of view and juxtapose it or agree with it and come to some kind of consensus. You know what I'm saying? This was not the repeat slogan, you know what I'm saying, avoid your answer, you know what I mean, shuffle around. This was, you know what I mean, the last of the bipartisan, you know what I'm saying, try to work it out.
Yeah.
Kind of politician. And I think that's what I remember, you know what I'm saying? There was a couple joints that I want to talk about real quickly to let you go on, Cannon.
Okay.
When I think about John McCain, there's a clip when he's doing a Republican joint and he's somewhere like in like Minnesota or Iowa.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And the woman gets up, she was like, "Yeah, I just want to talk about Barack Obama because Barack Obama's and he's not." And this man put his finger over his lips and said, No, shh. This was an older, like 50, 60-year-old white woman, middle America, about to go in on the racist. He's not American. He's not. He said, shh.
She said he's an Arab.
He's an Arab. He is not. No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on.
He said he's a good man. He's a family man, and we just happen to disagree on a couple of issues, but he's a good man. Took the mic from her and walked away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I mean? I'm going against this man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could have easily played to the fact that I'm white, you know what I'm saying? And we're in this white city, we're in this white state, you know what I'm saying? I could have just been like, yeah. And just shook my head and said nothing.
Yep.
But I'm not doing that. That's that, what do you call it? That's that character that people don't have, the integrity.
Yeah.
And the second joint I want to talk about real quick because it was the boss move. When he got out the military and he ran for Senate in Arizona, it was like 78 or some shit like that, like 73, some shit.
Nigga, he ran for Senate mad long ago.
It was mad. It was mad and long, and it was because and he was like the dude that he ran against was like, yo, how is he even qualified to be the senator? He doesn't even live in, you know what I'm saying, Arizona. He doesn't, what city, what Scottsdale, where you from, Phoenix? And your man said, I'm sorry. The longest place I ever lived in my life was Hanoi. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's kind of gutter. That's kind of gutter.
He won in the landslide. There were no more questions. It was over. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, you try to sling dirt. You know what I'm saying? I was in a torture camp. You know what I'm saying? Vietnam, boy. What you talking about?
That's it. Drop the mic.
Was he from Scottsdale? From Phoenix? Where's he from? He was like, the longest I've ever lived, Hanoi. Ugh.
Bars. That's a bar.
Boss move, dog. That's a bar.
Oh man. So let me take the opposite track from this, Boom. Like, yeah, we got some pretty good memories of McCain, and we can also throw in the fact that he voted down the skinny repeal famously. What was it? 1 day off of brain surgery?
Yeah, had a scar over his eye. Nigga came in that joint looking like a prize fighter, yo.
Rolled in there, didn't talk, silently gave a thumbs down, rolled out, and that was it. That was kind of a boss move. But on the other hand, Boom.
But there was one more boss move, though.
What's that?
When he already made, you know what I'm saying, arrangements for his funeral, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about the petty?
And he invited, you know what I'm saying, President George W. Bush. He invited President Barack Obama. He made it clear not to invite President Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was just a series of boss moves, though.
But he invited Pence, though.
He invited Pence, too, yeah.
He invited Pence and said no to Trump.
Yes, my man.
But, like I said, Boom. But on the other hand, which a lot of people of color are pointing out very accurately, we can't remember the good without remembering the bad. We can't forget that this man voted against MLK becoming a holiday. Mm-hmm. We can't forget about the man going against Obamacare. He voted against repealing it, but he also was not for Obamacare in the first place.
But it wasn't like he was like, fuck Obama. I think that's unfair. I think the MLK joint is a fair thing, but I think the Obamacare, because it wasn't like he was hating on it was Obamacare like Trump is. He was like, I have a different plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
it wasn't like your shit sucks because you're black. It was like, no, I think this is what we should do.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But he also voted against gay rights multiple times.
Yeah.
So, and can we not forget about the topping on the cake? He actually named Sarah Palin as his running mate.
They said he didn't. They said that was
They said that was somebody else?
They said that was his people. They said he was too dry, and his people said that joint up. He didn't know. And, he felt like he had to deal with it for the whole time. So,
because that's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I mean, like, there's nothing in the character of you know what I'm saying, John McCain that I thought would have done that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think at that point in the journey he was that desperate. I don't think he felt like he was that desperate. I felt like he still felt he can argue his ideas. Mm-hmm. So I really feel like this was done by his campaign and his, you know what I'm saying, people. Like, I gotta believe that, because she was woefully unprepared. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What books do you read?
All of them. He doesn't seem like the person that's ever like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just don't see it.
Yeah, but it's just like, and the big debate right now between people of color and of course, like, the true Americans, the patriots, as Remy would say, the true Americans out there, the white men. That argument of they just want to eulogize the greatness of this man, and he did some great things, but we can't just say he did great things without saying he voted against a lot of things that affected minorities specifically. So we gotta remember the good with the bad. Some people are taking it pretty far. Some people are like, I'm not glad the dude's gone, but I'm not going to say anything good about him. And then the other people are taking it way too far on the other side, where it's like, you can't speak ill of the dead. You can't say anything negative, but it's like saying he voted against MLK Day is not a negative. It's just saying he did that thing.
I mean, but it is also like, in some regards, in ill taste to be like,
but is it though?
I think it is. I think, like, after a nigga died, to let the shit breathe. I think we should have a chance to reflect on the moments. And I think, like you said, after a moment, you can let the truth fly. But I feel like in that moment, like, it's not just, McCain, like, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about his family, you're talking about people, like, you know what I'm saying? You've lost somebody, I've lost somebody. You know what that feels like? Yeah. That's that empathy. Like, you don't want to, you know what I mean, throw dirt on that, because you know what that feels like. And then you can be like, all right, now, you know what I mean? I think that's what that is. I don't think it's just like you can't talk yellow. I think just give it a second. You know what I mean? Like let it. You know what I mean?
Wait, are you saying too soon?
A little bit. I think it's a thing. Wow. It's too soon.
If Remy was here, you know what he would say.
I mean, it's just like you said. That's why people are up in arms, because when somebody dies, that's your first initial response. It's like, oh shit, I remember somebody died in my family or somebody died close to me, and I want to, you know what I'm saying, offer love and support. And you want somebody come in like, yeah, you know what I mean, that nigga used to fuck 14-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Drake.
You think Drake fucks 14-year-olds?
No, I'm just saying. I mean,
should we start that rumor?
He's a wild youngin'. Like he's a, you know what I mean, guy. He's hiding kids and
Drake
smashing off joints at prom. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. He's like
Drake fucks 14-year-olds. That sounds right to me.
I mean, when you got that Nickelodeon in, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as they're too old for, you know what I'm saying, Raven knows it all. You know what I mean? As soon as Raven knows it all. You know what I mean? Do you love me? Are you riding? You never ever leave from beside me.
Oh, man. Damn it, Drake.
I'm telling you, man.
Drake fucking 14-year-olds, y'all. What is we gonna do?
She didn't even take driver's aid yet. You know what I mean? She's working on the permits. You know what I mean? Like,
how can she ride if she can't drive?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why she's riding, because she can't drive. and now she can never ever leave. You know what I mean?
She can't, because them child locks are on the door. You can't. That's when you can't open it up from the inside. You got to get out and let her outside. Yeah.
Even if you want to, you need to. You know what I'm saying? You won't let them down for you. You know what I'm saying?
Pedophilia. Hey, let's talk about some war crime. Let's talk about this white collar crime. Paul Manafort, Michael Cohen, last week, both one pled guilty, one found guilty, both on 8 counts of crimes. Michael Cohen's was state crimes. Paul Manafort was federal crimes, enabling Paul Manafort to be able to catch a pardon if Trump decides. Michael Cohen cannot catch a pardon. His lawyer also said that he would not accept the pardon if given anyway, but he can't because it was state crimes. Both of them facing real jail time. I doubt they do much, but both of them face upwards of 5, 6. Michael Cohen is facing 15 years. And they were saying Paul Manafort could face the rest of his life because he's so old. He could face the rest of his life.
He's got a lot of cases, man. So it might be a minute.
Yeah. So, boom. What did you think? That was a fucking whirlwind day. That was like a blockbuster day in political news. Like, I came home, made some popcorn, made some, you know what I'm saying, made a nice little snack, sit down, turn on the news. Set it up. Yeah. So what did you think about that day and these crimes and everything with it?
I think, and this is crazy because you know what I'm saying, Remy's not here. I think this is a trusted process moment. Like, even within these cases, like the president's unraveling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he's not even been subpoenaed or been brought, you know what I'm saying, on stand. So like, for him to say like, Manafort's doing a good job. He's not talking.
He's a good man.
You know what I'm saying? He's not flipping.
Yeah. Unlike that
you know
rat.
And he might, pardon might not be like, you know what I'm saying? Him saying that, you know what I'm saying, is impeachable. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that he's, you know what I'm saying, telling you that I'm thinking of a pardoning this man because, you know what I mean, he's not going to tell on me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be, you know what I mean?
It was
okay in their position.
Well, he's already in an impeachable position because Michael Cohen admitted.
That's what I was gonna say next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so the fact that Donald Trump admitted that, you know what I'm saying, first off, he said he lied, didn't know about the payments. Then he said he didn't make any payments. Then he said his man made the payments. Then he said that it was this corporation that made the payment and then he paid it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Number one, funneling, you know what I'm saying, money for services done through a corporation is illegal. So, like, he's already snitched on himself there. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he's doing it with campaign money is also illegal. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He was then candidate Trump. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he's snitching on himself even more. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, the more stuff comes out about these guys, the more Trump continues to tell on himself.
Yep.
And if they can ever get him on tape, I guarantee it would be like the most useless, like, but you just said, you know what I'm saying? Today was Thursday. I don't know what you're talking about. It's Wednesday, baby. You know what I mean?
Yo, you just said the sky is blue. Well, obviously, if you look up, it's gray. There's not a
slight overcast, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, the Republican-led Congress is not going to do anything about it because they need their guy in there to sign these bills that they sliding under the table. You know what I'm saying? They probably got some shit passed that we don't even know about because we focused on all these stories, these big stories. And Trump's just signing them left and right because he can't read. Everybody knows
Kool-Aid tax, nigga.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, they're putting in the Kool-Aid and watermelon tax. Trying to get niggas, you know what I'm saying?
When they drop the price on Kool-Aid but raise the price on sugar, nigga. You know what I mean?
Bro.
You got niggas out here trying to make Kool-Aid with sweet and low, burning they motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, jawlines and shit.
Catching cancers and shit.
Come on, man. Can't do that out here.
Bro, let me tell you when the dam gonna break. When you scan that Arizona can and that price say $1.29.
Hold up. You know what I'm saying?
When that joint say $1.29.
I'm gonna go to the car real quick. I'm gonna go to the ashtray on your ass. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying the price is on the can though.
Exactly. That's when they like, yeah, you ain't know about that. You know what I mean?
But the price is on the can though. Yeah, but Trump raised them taxes.
When they say the black, but the joint don't even be mild no more.
Ooh,
you know
what it be?
And you're like, damn, what's happening? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They raised the price on the mild so we can't afford to have it no more. You know what I'm saying?
You mean when it ain't jazz no more, it's country?
You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, it's real hard.
Yeah.
Straight folk. You know what I'm saying?
That folk fit flavored black with no mild.
Oh man.
That's a dark day in the hood.
Yeah, every time you pull, like, you actually, like, you know what I'm saying, inhaling, like, actually tobacco strands, like, you know what I'm saying?
You inhaling that Fleetwood Mac, bro.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Don't break the chain. So, with Cohen clearly saying, I worked at and by the direction of the candidate for a federal office, which was Trump, that definitely sets him up for impeachment. But like we said, you got the Republicans who are going to sit on their hands and not do anything. Boom. But let me ask you this. With midterms coming up and this happening now, as opposed to, 2 weeks before the election, do Democrats have a chance to kind of float on this until November? Or do you think because news and controversies with this guy happen so fast and so often that by the time it comes around, what up?
That part, that's what I think.
Because he's gonna have 20 more controversies by the time midterms comes up.
It's only gonna get, you know what I'm saying, deeper into like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen, and I think that the further they dig into these investigations and they see what's going on, and I think that, like, they talked about, like, even if they like there was a federal pardon of Manafort, like, he would still be, you know what I'm saying, like, on state and circuit courts, so like he can serve time in, you know what I'm saying, New York Cities and all this states,
right?
where he defrauded, you know what I'm saying, banks and lending companies. So like, this shit's not over. So what would be, you know what I'm saying, probable is that this shit goes super deep, and then ultimately Trump loses his empire in that he can't afford to pay for these legal fees.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to go to jail. He's already like 77.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be swamped in legal fees, and it's going to be state. It's going to be motherfucking federal. And yeah. He's going to be all them niggas. Giuliani's going to have to get the toe tapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, your boy Giuliani, man. What is he doing?
Dog, he's out here, dog. I'm trying to do whatever. I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to get on, daddy. What you need, baby? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get on.
Yo, I swear that man Giuliani, he defends Trump like New Jersey twerk raps.
Bruh.
Like he twists himself into so many knots. Like he'll take the direct approach and basically admit to a crime, but then say the president can't be held on a crime. But then he'll deny that crime. But then he'll be like, but if he did,
it's not a crime.
But also he might have done it, but it's still not a crime even if he did do it.
No, the truth isn't the truth.
The truth isn't the truth because it's a perjury trap. It's a perjury trap. The truth ain't the truth. Like that's what y'all dealt with up there in New York for all them years. How did he get voted in? What were y'all doing? Streets is done.
Nah, dog. It's just your lame ass imagination. You know what I'm saying? You over here trying to drum up logical shit. You know what I mean? Trying to make up shit that has a basis in some type of, you know what I mean, coherent thought. And he just like, you know what I mean? That's not a crime. nigga said, how can the president be, you know what I'm saying, indicted if he's not a crime? Like, I don't understand what you're talking about. And I'm like, bro, it is a crime. He was like, no, it's not. So
Giuliani said, how can niggas stand there and say I sound like them? Hell no.
You know, exactly, just what you talking about.
Man, that's what New York voted for. That was New York City's mayor, bro. That guy. Oh man, streets is done. But before we leave this, I wanted to say it's kind of crazy that if Trump never got elected, which some pundits actually say that was the plan, right? That they say that Trump was running solely to get popular enough so that he could sign this Trump TV deal with some Russians, and Manafort and Cohen were helping with that, making moves. And when he lost, he could flip that into, you know, saying that the election was rigged, start his Trump TV, start feeding real news to real Americans, yada, 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 while Hillary governs the country. And now that he won, it was actually bad for Paul Manafort and Michael Cohen because now they're going down for white collar crimes. And it's kind of amazing that these two guys would still be free, would still be out here washing money, paying off porn stars, doing the most, while my black ass could go to jail for having a quarter ounce of weed in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Being searched without any probable cause, stop and frisk.
Because my tail lights out, you know what I'm saying?
And it's pretty, R.I.P. Kanan. It's pretty crazy that that's how it works, right? It's like you could be a white dude in business and committing wild crimes and never get caught, but my black ass could get stopped and killed for nothing. We gotta be better. We gotta do better, Boom.
You're right. I agree.